Today, we are going to be jazzing up these sweet potatoes. We put 4 large sweet potatoes in here with water. We boiled them, then we poured the water out, and then I mashed up the sweet potatoes a little bit, like this. We leaving the skin on there and all that. So these sweet potatoes, we feed a lot of sweet potatoes and a lot of chicken, but we are incorporating dog food into that. But needless to say, the dog food is really not doing what I wanted to do. It got the dogs bloated and big. It gave them an energy boost. And it might not have been the best energy boost because they were really rambunctious and they got a little testy because of maybe the carbs and the energy that's in the dog food. So we got some old, we'll turn this stove on, kind of heat this up a little bit. We got some pancake mix here. We're just gonna pour that in here because it was like a pre-made pancake mix that was in the refrigerator. So I don't really like the taste of it because it's like a chemical reaction that has to happen or whatever. So we'll put that in there. We'll mix that up. That's just adding a little carbs to it. It's not like that was part of the recipe or anything like that. It's just that when you're incorporating this, making dog food at home, you kind of want to just be wise of things that you have around that you can use. You know, that can be useful. So that's why we're using that. But we're just jazzing up some sweet potatoes and just basically making those sweet potatoes more nutritional content to these sweet potatoes. So next, we have some bacon grease. Now we just add even more fat. The bacon grease is collected. The bacon grease is collected here in this air fryer. We cook bacon, chicken, and things in there. And then you just take the grease out and you collect it. You know, it's actually a good fat or whatever, and it's good for the dogs to put weight on them, and it's really healthy. And you're trying to, you know, basically you want to try to use what you can use, man, from around the house. So I'm really just stretching these sweet potatoes. Normally, I'll just feed them straight up sweet potatoes with nothing inside of it. You know what I mean? Like, it'll just be a straight sweet potato. And one thing I can say, they will grab that sweet potato up and they'll eat it. And one thing about a dog, it's not going to eat anything it doesn't like. The mastiffs like it. The puppies like it. They all like it. But next, this milk replacer is for lambs. It's 23% protein, 30% fat. So it's really high in fat content. You're supposed to double it. So if you double it, that means you divide the number. If you got 4 ounces, then you're going to divide it into by 2 because you're going to mix it into 16 ounces. So really it's divided by 4 if you do it correctly. What we've been doing is just taking this milk. I take this milk powder and I just pour it straight on top of the dog's food. I ain't gonna lie about it. You know, I take this and I just sprinkle it on top of a bowl of food or water. I don't do what you're supposed to do, which is mix it with water, mix it correctly. And that's probably what you should do. But next we're gonna take some water. It says mix it with 16 ounces of water, which in essence would mean you would have to divide that by 4. So if it's 30%, if it's 30% protein, and then you divide it by 4, it's not 30% protein anymore, I believe. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I'm just guessing that when you divide it, you know, I don't know. Maybe it will be 30% protein. it doesn't really give you all the calories and all the specifics because it's basically for cows or lambs or whatever. But you take that, you put it in there. I'm not sure how much water that is, but that's probably not 16 ounces, but it's enough. I mean, you're supposed to use 16 ounces of water, huh?
That's 32.
This is 32 ounces. If this is 4, this fits right in here.
That's 4 cups, which is 32 ounces.
Okay, well, then it's way over than what we thought it would be. So let's add another cup. We're gonna add a half a cup. I mean, normally we just, just to make y'all feel good. The dogs already had raw chicken, you know what I mean? So we're just jazzing up the last bit of our sweet potatoes. And this way we can make a large meal for all the dogs can get, a bowl of this. So we're gonna mix this up. And one thing I wanna say is basically something that I've been learning is when our females have puppies, or if a female has puppies, we try to feed the dog enough food that it can survive and feed the puppies. But we don't necessarily let the dog eat all the food it can eat. Because when we let a dog eat all the food it can eat, it basically creates a lot of waste, a lot of poop that you got to clean up. So we don't like to give our dogs a whole lot of food, but we're learning that you got to feed the female all the food that the female can eat, the mother dog can eat, and you have to make sure it's nutritious. And also, when it comes to puppies, we felt like these Mastiff puppies wouldn't need a whole lot of milk because it felt like the mother was running from them. The mother didn't want to feed them anymore. And everything that I know tells me that if a mother doesn't want to feed anymore, it's because she doesn't have any milk. But I also wasn't feeding the dog a whole lot of milk, a whole lot of food. So I don't know if it was just the fact that we're not feeding a whole lot of food, or if the mother just doesn't produce that much milk, or what the scenario is. And also the third aspect to that is we felt like the puppies were weaned because they're Mastiffs and they were 4 or 5 weeks old, and we felt like they were weaned. And what I noticed is one puppy just really wasn't doing too great, and what we realized is that puppy needed some milk. So my wife put the puppy with the mother, and it sucked the milk, and then it came back, more healthier. Also, what I realized was the puppy still needed milk. A lot of people will say that Mastiffs don't really need that milk after 4 weeks, this, that, da. So to stay on the best side, what I'll say is, whenever you have puppies, get you a milk replacer. And as soon as those puppies, get you a milk replacer. This is for lambs. You can get the one that's for dogs, whatever you feel as though works for you. It's basically just whey protein products, this and that. And what you want to do is add that to the food because it also has vitamins, minerals. You can zoom, babe. It has vitamins and minerals. And these vitamins and minerals will allow your dog to basically, your puppies and your mothers to basically be extra healthy, so that if they're lacking this or lacking that, they will have it all here. And you basically just want to do this until 12 weeks, because that's when those dogs will be fully healthy and weaned. You want to do this till about 12 weeks. So even though I've been doing this for a while, I'm still learning. So I want to definitely stay with a milk replacer, give it to the mom, give it to the puppies, and make sure that everybody is getting what they need. And also, if you can do it, mix it the correct way and use it the right way. So now that I've really mixed this up, we will let it cool down. You can, hear it. You can hear it like bubbling. It's got a good smell to it. And we're just gonna let it cool down. Because right now it's probably like 200 degrees or 180, 170, something that'll burn you. So we're gonna let it cool down, and then we'll try to show you us feeding it to different puppies. And being as though it's packed with nutrients and that all the dogs had a lot of meat already, this will just fill them up and keep them going and keep them strong until tomorrow, when we'll probably make this again and give 2 or 3 pieces of chicken. The big dogs had like 4 or 5 pieces of chicken. Also, that one puppy that wasn't doing too well, it didn't really want the dog food. It didn't want this milk, but it definitely, when it got to a piece of raw chicken, went crazy and was eating that. So that's something to be mindful too, as well, that once you start giving them like different types of food, they might lean more towards one food or the other, be it milk, be it dog food, or be it chicken. So you just gotta be mindful of that. See you in the when we feed the dogs. Right now?
Yeah.
We got the sweet potato mush, and now they shall eat. This is the sweet potato mush that we made earlier with the bacon grease. Come on, come over here. Come over here. Look at these greedy little things. Look. Ah!
We definitely gotta separate her, put her in Milan.
There's too much battling. I mean, she don't want to get up in there with these big old guys and fight for food.
You put them in a small bowl. Half of them can't even reach in that round bowl.
They be all right. They saw the food that should have got up in there when it came out. And this ain't the only meal that they gonna get.
Everybody love them some Ruger.
Look at this. Sweet potato mush.
It's like, Dad, Nabbit, you messed me up.
Look at this boy. You boy.
I don't think it was you picking him up when food's on the line.
That nigga, he ain't missing no meal. Don't worry about that dog. He got chicken in the other cage.
That's my girl.
Babe, he got chicken. Damn. They just greedy. Is that Dynamo? It's gotta be, because nobody loves food that much to lay down and just eat. No, that ain't Dynamo. That's Dynamo. Dynamo got outgrown. All right, on to the next feeding. Come on, we're gonna feed the next feeding. Stop it. That's a lot of sweet potato mush. You don't need all that. Come on, King. You need to be over here. On this side.
You gotta close his door. He's not gonna eat with the door open.
You gonna eat?
Nah, he likes privacy. So he could be greedy.
Nah, he just know he been doing bad stuff.
What bad stuff has King been doing?
Trying to hump.
Is that bad?
King has lost a lot of weight because the dogs are in heat. One dog is in heat. But his head ain't losing no weight. Sweet potato mush. All right, come on, baby. Let's go feed these guys outside. We keep these girls thick. We try to keep them nice and thick. This is my snorter, my cocaine snorter. It's that mush, baby. See that body? Shoulders. It's all shoulder, baby. She been in the gym. Now this is really the top shot from these shoulders right here, the back side. This is a thick dog, y'all. She got a neck like Mike Tyson. Look at the muscles forming. Big old body. You hear that? We're gonna be breeding her to some 2K blood, 2K grandson. We gotta find out who we gonna breed Krypton to. Take them bowls out. These are the sisters. They're not the same blood, but they are sisters. They do everything together. They eat together, they sleep together. They even go in a cage together. They go to the bathroom together. Uh-oh. Krypton done took her food because she thought there was more food over here. Now Krypton eating it up. Krypton is big, y'all. And we don't feed these dogs a lot. Look at that. Look at them shoulders. Straight shoulders, y'all. Straight line, straight back. Wide, dog. Mama. Gorilla.